안녕하십니까. 제로원 김창입니다. 오늘은 2025년 7월 1일이고요. 지금 현재 12시 8분 PM입니다. 오후 12시 8분이니까 지금 밥 먹을 때 됐고요. 배가 많이 고픕니다. 근데 동영상 중간에 점심을 먹도록 하겠습니다. 저는 이 FFT 알고리즘을 구현할 때요, 푸어리어 트랜스폼 그 자체는 책을 보고 공부를 했는데, 이 FFT 알고리즘은 제가 처음부터 만들었어요. 기존에 쿨리 터키 알고리즘을 보고 푸어리어 시리즈의 개수를 뽑아낼 수 있다는 걸 처음 배웠고요. 거기서 오메가를 이용해서 푸어리어 시리즈의 개수를 읽어낼 수 있다는 걸 거기서 영감을 받았고요. 그 후로는 제가 처음부터 다 만들었어요. 쿨리 터키 알고리즘은 제가 인터넷 동영상을 보고 처음 배웠고요. 그는 알고리즘이고 수학적인 이론은 저는 처음부터 제 나름대로 다시 배웠어요. 제가 FFT를 연구할 때, 수학적 배경을 연구할 때 기존의 방식과는 완전히 달라요. 저는 두 가지 방식으로 증명을 할 수 있는데요. 그러니까 이 FFT 알고리즘을 유도할 수 있는데, 하나는 파워 시리즈를 이용해서 식을 유도하는 거고, 다른 하나는 밴더먼드 행렬을 이용해서 식을 유도하는 과정입니다. 제가 지금까지 FFT와 관련해서 3개의 페이퍼를 제출했는데요. 그 3개의 페이퍼는 행렬과 파워 시리즈에 대해서 조금만 설명하고요. 지금 작성하고 있는 것은 모두 행렬 방식으로 FFT를 설명하고 있고, FFT 그 알고리즘 자체를 유도할 때는 파워 시리즈에서 출발했어요. DFT, 그러니까 디스크리트 푸어리어 트랜스폼에서 출발한 게 아니에요. 일반 파워 시리즈에서 출발했고, 처음 접근 방법이 기존의 방식과는 완전히 달라요. 일단 이 동영상을 시청하시고 제가 계속 말씀드리겠습니다. 이 동영상 꽤 길고요. 그런데 굉장히 좋습니다. C++ 23표준에 std expected, std unexpected 이런 개념이 도입됩니다. 이거를 사용하면 오류 처리가 굉장히 편해집니다. C++ 표준에서 exception 처리하는 게 있는데, 그 exception 기능은 런타임 기능입니다. 그러니까 컴파일 타임이 아니라 런타임 exception 핸들링이기 때문에 안타깝게도 GPGPU를 사용하는 쿠다라든가 시클, 오픈CL 등에서는 사용할 수가 없습니다. 그러나 std expected, std unexpected 이 방식으로 오류를 처리하면 표준 C++에서도 되고 쿠다라든가 시클, 오픈CL, 기타 등등에서도 될 것입니다. 이거는 C++ 23표준입니다. 일단 C++ reference.com에 C++ 컴파일러 서포트에서 찾기를 하고 expected를 찾아보세요. 총 4개가 나옵니다. std expected 이거는 지금 현재 GNU G++에서 구현이 되었고요. 클랭에서는 아직 구현이 안 됐고, 마이크로소프트에서 구현되었고, 이거는 C++ 26 표준입니다. 26이라고 되어 있잖아요. 그래서 이거는 아직 사용해 볼 수 없고, 아래로 더 내려가 보면 이것도 C++ 26 표준이고요. 아직 구현이 안 됐습니다. 한 번 더 내려가 보면 expected 헤더 파일이 GNU에서 구현되었고, 클라이언트에서 구현되었고, 마이크로소프트에서 구현되었고, 이것도 구현됐네요. 이것도 애플 클라이언트에서 구현이 되었습니다. 여기서 한 번 더 눌러보면요, 여기에 필요한 문서는 이 문서입니다. 지금 현재 모든 컴파일에서 구현되었고, 이거는 C++ 23 표준입니다. C++ 23 표준이고요. 제가 이거를 처음 공부한 거는 이 동영상 때이고요. 2022년 8월 23일이고 오늘 현재 7월 1일이니까 한 달 20일 정도 있으면 3년이 됩니다. 그러니까 이 동영상을 약 3년 전에 촬영해서 올렸는데, 제가 이거를 오랫동안 기다려 왔었는데요. 그동안 클랭에서 지원이 안 되다가 이제 클랭 컴파일러도 지원됨으로써 모든 C++ 컴파일러도 지원됩니다. 이거를 사용하면 exception보다 훨씬 더 편리하게 사용할 수가 있습니다. 오류 처리 끝판왕입니다. Hi everyone, my name is Thomas Kim. Today is August 22nd, 2020. This is my 44th episode for C++ 17 2023 CUDA Cycle OpenGL TBB. In this episode, I will discuss how to handle floating point error gracefully. Also, C++ 23's new feature called expected and unexpected. ISO CPP-org compiler conformance status control F expected. If you search for expected, this feature will be introduced to C++ 23 library. Currently, GNU G++ version 12 and Microsoft C++ compiler version 1933 supports. For more information about expected, you can double-click this link. After watching my current video, you can read this documentation. After watching my video, if you read this documentation, you can completely understand my current session. Also, hi Marcus, good to see you again. I remember your name and I missed you. Besides, I enjoyed all your previous videos. I do believe the current series where you discuss mathematics is exceptional. I appreciate you continue forever this outstanding series. I keep fingers crossed for your success. Thank you very much, Marcus Bucciholz. Thank you very much for your message. I do remember your name and I actually missed my old YouTube files. Now open up Visual Studio Code. Open your working folder CPP 17 2023 parallel. Select empty space. Click this button 044 floating points. Click this button float.cpp. Ctrl B. Close this file. Ctrl Shift P. Edit configuration JSON. We are going to use C++ 23 feature, so you have to enable C++ 23. Now close it. Include CPG, SCD extension. Include we need expected. This is new C++ 23 standard library. We also need include limits, void test, floating point problems. Int main, copy this function, copy, paste it here. As of today, August 22nd, 2022, only GNU G++ version 12.0 or above and MSBC version 19.33 or above support for SCD expected and SCD unexpected. Now we understand the floating point problem like this. Auto F1 1.0 F 0.0 F. It does not compile at all. Let's try it. I'm using Microsoft compiler. cd 044 floating points cl. We check our compiler version 19.33 cls clehsc scd. We use C++ latest. The file name plot.cpp fe n.exe. Hit enter. It does not build. The error message says error divide or mode by 0. This is error. We are dividing certain number with 0. It is not supported. The C++ compiler blocks compile time division by 0. This is compile time expression. It does not work. Now disable it. Plot n 1.0. I would say P. This is F, floating point. Plot n minus 1.0 F. P for positive plot, n for negative plot. Plot D 0.0, D for denominator, or P D P over D. This is allowed in C++ language. Even though D is 0, C++ compiler allows runtime division by 0 in case of floating point number. C++ standard allow division by 0 of floating point numbers at run time. At compile time, division by 0, this is division by 0 because this is 0, is not allowed, but D is 0. D is 0. Division by 0 at runtime is allowed. Okay, this is possible. Now, or n d. N is negative 1. D, this is allowed. Okay, this is allowed. Now std cout pd pd std and there copy paste nd nd. Now we build using Microsoft compiler. I will copy this command string for your reference. Now cls m. Now see, we divide p, positive number, this is positive number, by 0, floating point number 0, then infinity, positive infinity. In this case, n is negative 1 divided by floating point 0, negative infinity. We can test like this. If std is infinity, p d or I say std cout pd is positive infinity std and there. Else if std is infinity and d std cout and d is negative infinity std and there. We actually cannot tell if it is positive infinity or negative infinity. We cannot tell. Else all we can test is infinity. Okay, then we rebuild CLS M. Both case PD is positive infinity and D is negative infinity, but we cannot tell if it is positive infinity or negative infinity. We cannot tell. I want to differentiate positive infinity with negative infinity. So I need std is positive infinity. I need such function. Now std inf. Here is inf. In the CMS header file, if you scroll down, you can find is finite, is infinity, but you cannot find is positive infinity or is negative infinity. There is no testing function for positive infinity or negative infinity. I want to extend C++ language, so I would suggest fp classify this function, floating point classify function. This file is included in CMath, this header file. I will explain how to use this. Now, here, template, we can use concept std floating point. This is concept type. We allow double or floating point numbers. Then bool is p inf. Then type v. I will wrap namespace std. We are using namespace std like this. Now std floating point classify. We pass b test floating point infinity. Okay, we are testing if f is infinity and v greater than 0. This is 0. Then we return. I think this parenthesis is redundant. 1. I don't need it. Okay, we test if v is infinity. Then test if v is greater than 0. This is 0. This is the same. Okay. Then I copy paste. This is negative infinity. Then I would say like this. For your reference, I would copy and paste this link. This is for std floating point classify. Of course, you can do this too. Instead of doing this, you can also do std is infinity and v greater than 0. In the same manner, you can do this too. V less than 0. The reason I introduced this syntax is that is subnormal is not defined in C++ standard. In this documentation, you can find subnormal. I will explain what is subnormal. Copy, paste. So we implemented is subnormal. We will test is positive infinity, is negative infinity, or we can say is positive infinity. In this case is negative infinity. I would copy, scroll down, paste it here, test extended floating point error handling. We will copy this function, paste it here. For example, double p 1.0, this is positive. Double n minus 1.0, double d 0.0, this is denominator, or fp p over d, or 1.0 over 0.0. Copy, paste. np or minus 1 over 0. If SED is positive infinity, FP SED Cout FP is positive infinity, SED and L. Else if SED is n infinity FP, we can copy, paste. FP is negative infinity, else FP is not infinity. I will give one more line break. Copy, paste. Now this is n np. Okay, we build again. We are testing is p infinity, is n infinity, if they are working correctly. CLS-M. I will disable this function. Rebuild. n positive, no, this is negative. Pn, I made mistake, I fixed. CLS-M. So Fp is positive infinity, Np is negative infinity. Now we will learn how to test not a value. Void test not a number error. Copy, paste. Now NaN stands for not a number, or n 0.0 or D 0.0 or P N over D. This is 0.0 over 0.0. We will make another one, or S SED square root negative 1.0. This is domain error. Square root cannot take negative number. So SED cout P SED and there copy paste S. We are calling this function here. We will use GNU compiler CD 044 floating points C++ CD C++23. Don't forget this. Float.cpp ltbb12 or g.exe. Okay, I will copy this command string, copy, control home. I will paste it here. Say, as of today, only GNU G++ 12.0 or above and the MSBC version 19.33 or above support for STD expected and STD unexpected. We will test these functions shortly. Now we will run G, not a number. NaN stands for not a number. With Microsoft compiler CLSM, Microsoft compiler reports negative, not a number. It is not a number anyway. Now we can test like this. Here, if SED is not a number, P SED cout P is not a number, SED and there. Else I will copy this and paste. Copy, paste. I will put like this. S. I will delete this. Now we test using GNU compiler CLSG. So P is not a number, S is not a number. Using Microsoft compiler M. Now I hope you understand what is not a number or NaN. In mathematics, 0 over 0 is called indeterminate. That is, we cannot decide the result of the evaluation. We cannot decide the result of the evaluation, so indeterminate. The result is NaN, not a number. We can test using std NaN. Or domain error. In the square root, the valid domain of the argument is greater than or equal to 0. Since this is negative number, the result of this operation is not a number. We can test like this. Now let's move on. Void test denormalized. Y is called subnormal. In the old days, they called denormalized. Now we call subnormal. Paste it here. I will explain what is denormalized? or V 1.0 F over 3.0 F, or okay, we divide with 10. Okay, we multiply with 10. Divide with 10. Multiply with 10. SED, Cout, SED, 불, alpha, SED, Cout, V equals OK. V equals OK. SED and L. Now copy this. We pasted it here. We build again. CLSM. V equals OK, true. We divided V with 10. Then we multiplied OK with 10. So OK should be equal to B. In normal case, I said in normal case or in finite state. Now SED Cout is OK finite. SED is finite. OK. SED and there. We build again. CLSM. True. SED is finite. Test if the argument is a valid floating point. Okay. Now we do some very funny experiment. SED Cout is OK subnormal. SED is subnormal. OK. SED and there. Now we divide OK with huge number. Copy this. Paste. OK. We now multiply the same number. SED Cout. OK equals V. OK equals V. SED and there. We build again. CLSM. Now let's see. Is OK? Subnormal. False. This message comes from this line of code. Okay. Now this message comes from this line of code. We divided OK with a huge number. Then is OK subnormal true? At this point, OK is in subnormal state. Subnormal true means that we lost significant digits. We multiply back to OK. Now we are testing OK is equal to B. Previously, V and OK had the same value. True. This message comes from here. At this state, V and OK had the same value. Here we divided with a huge number. Then we multiplied the same huge number. OK and V should be the same, but failed, different. Because we divided a huge number, it is equivalent to OK times 1 e negative 38. The reason this statement caused loss of precision is that I will explain from here. Or minimum exponent, SED, numeric limits, plot, minimum exponent 10, SED, Cout, minimum exponent of plot, SED, and there we build again CLSM. The minimum exponent of plot is negative 37, but we applied here negative 38 division with a huge number. This statement is equivalent to this statement. We cannot represent this very small number because we support only negative 37. Negative 38 is not supported, so we lost precision, loss of precision. This is correct English. So we cannot restore back. The reason is this. We suppose we can express number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 decimal places. Then exponent 37 is in normal state. Now, if we divide this number with 10, we cannot express this way. We cannot express this way. Okay? Because minimum available exponent is 37. So C++ compiler is very smart. They handle such case like this. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. E 37. C++ compiler handles such expression like this. Okay? It should be like this, but C++ cannot handle, so they handle like this. Now we multiply back with 10. Then it becomes something like this. Okay, we lost 6. C++ cannot handle like this. Cannot. So instead, C++ handle like this. If we multiply back 10, then we lose last digit 6. We lost one digit significant. We lost 6. I will comment like this. We now learn how to handle such nasty problem. ENUM class floating point errors. From this website, we can simply copy, paste it here. I will change like this. Floating point infinite NaN subnormal std O stream operator std O stream OS floating point errors error switch error floating point errors infinite negative OS negative infinite break floating point errors infinite positive copy positive I missed case copy paste not a number not a number subnormal precision loss default unclassified floating point error return OS. Now std expected we say template std floating point type. This is return type. We pass this enum enumeration class. Now save floating point operation. This is type value. If std finite is finite, this is floating point invalid state. We simply return B. Else, if std is positive p imp v, then return std unexpected. We pass floating point error infinite positive. Else if std is an infinite, we copy, we pass infinite negative, copy, paste is subnormal, else if SED is none, return another number, else return SED unexpected. Scroll up, I would say unclassified. Copy this, case floating point error unclassified. So floating point error unclassified. Please note that we will pass v floating point value. Then if the floating point value is in valid state, we simply return v. The type of v is either float or double or long double. Type is converted to this return type. In this case, this type, this value, this is this type is converted to this type. So is true. Now we test like this. Void test safe floating point operation. Copy this function, paste it here. Copy this function name. We are doing some serious computation. A 3.0 or B minus 2.0 or C 0.0. Now or D safe floating point operation. A times B divide 4.0. We do some serious computation. If the operation failed, SED cout the error, SED and return, or you can use break, do. Cut, paste, pulse. We use break. go up, do block, do while block. I will cut, paste it here. Otherwise, or E equals D value plus 5.6. Then or F, we do some serious operation. I would say times 0.0. Now we do some serious operation. A divide B divide E. Don't forget semicolon. If F failed, SED, C out. F error, STD, and there. Or you can put more error message here. C out, operation failed. Or you can say STD, C out, operation failed. We can do some serious computation like this. We have to put break, go up, do while block, SED, C out, all operation successful, SED, and there. You can display SED, C out, D equals D value, SED, and there. SED, C out, F equals F value. Now we build CLS M. So this operation was successful. So this part of code was skipped. The result of this operation is displayed here. Now we do this operation. Then we divide by E. E is 0. The result is positive infinity. Failed. We can include some serious operation in this function like this.